Okay, almost everyone's here. I keep posting this in the chat. Please make a copy of this and take a look. This is a YouTube link to a 20-minute video that explains how to make an app in code.org. He literally takes you in code.org from right where we are with the map for your app and codes the user interface and then goes into the coding of the actual app and gets it all done in 20 minutes. You will not be getting yours done in 20 minutes, but this at least will help you get past the confusion of what do I do here? How do I make that work? And this big idea of coding with blocks. When you create a button, you can use that same code to create every button. You're just going to duplicate that block and name it a new button. So it is important. Let me just, Juan is just getting in. You can't see it unless it's been posted while you're in class. So Juan, this is a video that I'm recommending that everyone take a look at. It is how to make an app in code.org. I sent everyone a video about this, all right? Oh, there's Richard. Let's get him in. Sorry, I'm causing virtual issues with my paper. We're only missing one person. All right, Richard, I'm gonna post this again. Just making sure everybody has this link to this YouTube video. It's on how to make an app in code.org. It's about 20 minutes, takes you through everything you have to do to make your user interface and then through coding the actual app. Our guy does it in about 20 minutes. You will not be as fast. So let's look at what we're doing today. Well, first off, any questions or problems other than the fabulous warm-up that did not score properly and caused everyone great consternation? Everybody doing all right? Everybody's team has an app. You're getting it drawn out. Okay, so today's agenda is our warm-up in Canvas. Then we're going to be doing finishing U3L6 Intro to Programming. We've got 2 more pieces there. And then we're going to be doing debugging. Debugging is mostly going to be you guys working your way through some code.org. The debugging, there is an assignment for debugging, but it's basically just doing U3L7. I will be looking at your work in code.org. Okay? What is due is the warm-up, U3L6 and U3L7. In theory, we'll have made it all the way through U3L6. Progress check, design screens. This is going to be the 20th, I believe. That is probably the Monday of that weird half-day weekend. This is the idea that I need to see that you have 3 screens made for your app by next Monday, I believe.
I'm pretty sure it's Friday.
Is that Friday?
Today is the 16th.
Okay, so then it's Friday. So by the end of this week, you should have your, I need to see at least 3 screens that you've created in the design studio. Okay, so ideally it's your home screen and then 2 screens that you're going to. So we're just trying to see, is everybody getting these things done? And then it's another, week plus before the actual app is due. All right?
Should our apps all be identical to our group members?
Ideally, yes. Ideally, in my mind, the idea of the group is so that you can all figure this out together, that you can share all you know with each other and help each other through everything because it's your first time. Because you're all coding these apps individually, for one, I'm hoping that you've exchanged emails so that you can talk with people in your group when you're not in class and you can maybe do a Zoom or something. your individual apps may vary slightly between them. You're not going to be graded, is your app matching the person next to you? I just want everyone, there are going to be very different levels of skills in the breakout rooms because we're assigning them randomly. Some people will have done coding, some people will not. So I just want everyone in a group to help each other get everything you need done for this app. Another thing to remember, all of you should be making the roadmap of your app, the blueprint, the different screens, and then diagramming the inputs and outputs. You can compare between your group and see who has the best roadmap, and then you all can use that roadmap. Does that all make sense? Your screens are going to be designed in the studio, design studio in code.org. You're going to be going in and you're going to be making screen 1, then you go and you make screen 2, and then you make screen 3. You'll see, we'll be going through it. Particularly looking at the video. The video really helps you to see every step of the thing. Yeah, it's the one where we were working on designing our screen. Here, let's get through this and it'll make more sense because that's right where we're going. All right, so for today, you will be able to design and develop programs for broad audiences by incorporating feedback from users. Evaluate and refine computational artifacts to make them more usable and accessible. All right. All right, our progress check due Friday. You must have at least 3 screens in design mode for your app. You are not programming these yet. All you're doing is setting up the screens. You're going into the studio and you're going to be grabbing buttons and putting them on, those kinds of things. The design can change before you're finished. That is something to know about your roadmap, about your blueprint, that you are doing that with everything in its place right now, according to you. As you start making this, certain things might be easier or more difficult the way you design them, so you might need to change something. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and change it. Do what you think is best. The design can change before you're finished with the project, but you need to show me that you are progressing. So I want to see 3 screens by Friday. We will start off where we left off in U3L6 in beautiful code.org. All right. Can everyone navigate to U3L6? Let me, code.org. This is not the right place for you guys. .org. Come on. Oh yes, I've been working on strange and exciting stuff. So we are going to Unit 3. We are going to Lesson 6. Here we are. Okay, so you want to be in Unit 3, Lesson 6, and we're going to be going into, oh, sorry about that. Circle 4, Circle 4. So work on these 3 tasks for a few minutes, and then we'll have a classroom discussion. On event makes the program respond to the user. You can add code inside of it that will only run when something happens. Changing the second input changes the type of interaction that will make the code inside the on event run. So changing the second input changes the type of interaction that will make the code inside the on event run. Code outside the on event runs right away. Code inside an on event will only run when the event happens. Even if code is after an on event, it will run first if it's outside of any on event. What do you think they're talking about here in terms of an on event? What in your mind might an on event mean? Why
It
does all
responds
the other, what?
But
That's right, Maeve. Go ahead.
it responds to a specific input.
To a specific input, that it's typically a click, right? So the on event is the click. The program runs normally. Everything in the on event will only run once that click has been made, okay? Let me take a quick look and see. Nope, so that's where we are, all right? So it is, oh goodness. I've got to do our rooms, don't I? Yes, I do. All right, hang on. Let me get, oh, actually, I think I may have them. No. Sorry, I did not prepare properly. Oh, shoot, now I don't know which order they're in. Hang on, I'm sorry. It's our crazy breakout rooms that are killing me. Oh, I know what I can do here. Oh, it's not exactly how I wanted it to work. Sorry about this. Let me just open these up individually. Okay, so we need, all right. So this is our 6, right? Hang on. Okay. I'm going to do the scary and share my desktop. So these are our breakout rooms. I think that's all of them. Okay, so I am going to create. I'm going to create 12 rooms so that we hopefully have an extra. I'm going to let you guys pick your room. So go in as soon as you can, and then I have to assign everyone to the other rooms, okay? So you're going to be going in, you're going to be going to Unit 3, Lesson 6, Circle 4, and just orienting yourself to what's going on in there, just like we did last time. Does that all make sense to everyone? Everyone okay with that? I'm going to let you choose your rooms, but I know that only about a third of you can do that. All right? So the rooms should be up on the screen.
It's not there for us.
Hang on. Are you? So I'm not presenting my screen. You're not seeing my.
I see your screen, but we can't. The breakout rooms isn't there. Like, no, we can see the breakout rooms on your screen, but it's not
Right.
showing up on our screen.
No, I haven't hit the button yet. Right?
Okay.
So I'm creating them right now. Just if you've forgotten which room you're in, take a look at the screen, and then I'll be assigning from here. All right? Okay. Did that work? I'm not seeing anybody. Let me try this again. course. Trouble. Oh, okay, I put it right. All right, so see if you can go in. Yes, it's with you. So, free. Yes. Did Mr. Swift. Okay. Did anyone have any problems? Was that enough time? Were you able to see how each one worked?
I have a question.
Sure.
I was kind of confused on what were we supposed to put for the function? I just didn't understand.
Here, can someone help? So let's go 6.4. So which function were you looking at? There's nothing goes in function, as far as I know. Most of the time, function is empty. Is that right, guys? Yeah, let me see if I can expand my screen a little. You're seeing my desktop, right?
No, oh, sorry, I didn't mean function. No, we're not seeing it, but I didn't mean function. I meant the on event.
At least the on event. So what was the problem? Was it here on 4 or
4?
on this? Okay. Where were you having a breakdown?
I just didn't understand what we were supposed to do.
Well, you got to read. Again, remember that you can pull this up and pull this down. Run this program, see how it works. Make sure you click the button on the screen. How does the on event block work? Be as specific as possible. How do commands inside the on event run differently from outside? Okay, so what's happening here is we're talking about big button. If you click on this, you get a drop down of all the buttons in your program. You know, all the buttons that you've created in Design Studio. So you're telling which button, what's the action, and then something is going to happen. Okay? So when big button clicks, this is for the first click, it's going to turn the background blue. For the second click, it's going to make it tall. So if I hit run, I go, this is a big button. It should turn it blue. It gets taller. It turns red because I put that in, and says now it's a bigger button. Okay? Do you see how the code, do you understand how your turtle keys are working? You can make the code run faster or slower. Lily?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Does this make sense to everyone? Do you see what's happening is outside the code runs. The program starts, the program ends. Inside this on event only happens when there is a click, right? You need a click in order for this code to run. Okay? Again, the more we go over this, the easier it'll be. Your best resources, though, are probably your friends. Okay? So now we're going to go to level 6.5. We're going to work on these 3 tasks for a few minutes, and we'll talk about it. Play sound. We'll play sound you pick from the sound library. Lines that start with // are called comments and don't actually run. That was something that I had to learn. Anytime you are seeing, and typically they're in gray, / starting and then words, that is not programming. Those are notes to tell you what this piece of code actually does. So the idea is, as you build your app, you want to put in notes with // and then you can type whatever you want in terms of words. You want to identify what the individual blocks of code are doing, because you're going to be able to code by copying blocks and reusing them to create things like buttons or a text box or whatever. You don't need to recreate everything from scratch with code. You can use blocks of code to recreate something, and then you modify the insides to make it work. Okay, playing a sound makes your app a little more engaging. Lines that start with // are comments and don't actually run. They just help you understand your code. They make it so that you're not just staring at a field of numbers. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing with 6.6. We're going to work for a few minutes and then we'll discuss. All right, let's go in. Let's do our play sound. All right. All right. Let's get our rooms open now that we have our fabulous rooms. Okay, we'll be coming out right about 10:55. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to look at this. Okay, Priya, Juan, Ken, Matt, why aren't you in your rooms? Please, team, work in your rooms. Ken, Matt, Juan.
Sorry, my internet's being a little bit slow.
Hey, I hear you. That's why I'm in beautiful Montana,
Yeah.
probably Wyoming. Okay, Matt. Matt, oh, we lost Ken. Matt, Juan. Matt and Juan. Matt Glassman, Juan Geraldo. Wow, you lost Matt there for a second. Juan and Matt, you got to go into your rooms. Matt, Juan. Okay, everyone's back. So how was that one? Was that one easier? Was it harder? You have questions? Anybody?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was like the same as the other one.
Okay. You're just picking up certain things. So this is the idea of we're starting to get a sound. So you've got the play sound in your, here. So that's all it is. So then the next one we're going to go in. So was anyone not able to do this? Were you not able to talk about how a sound block works? Add code so the dog button makes a sound too. Were you able to add a sound? Okay, was everyone able to do that? Okay, all right. We're going back in and we will do, you're going to be going on to Beautiful 6, which is interesting. It's a little different how it works. Take a look. Now, everyone understands these gray statements here. Play back the background music. It should repeat. These are those messages that we were talking about. Okay. See how they have this, they start with the slash slash and they're in gray. These are just messages. When you're writing your code, put them in to identify, okay, here's the block. So when users put their mouse over the hawk, move both birds, but play a sad sound and put sad text. Play the background music. It should repeat forever. That's what happens with this block. That's what happens with this block. When the user puts their mouse over the sparrow, move both birds, but play a happy sound and put happy text. That's what this block does, okay? You'll see. All right, let's get in there.
So the gray boxes, they don't actually do anything. They just summarize.
They are just text. They are just notes to yourself, typically. They're notes to whoever uses your code, or for you, this is what this block does.
Okay, thank you.
And it's the idea that you're going to be copying blocks to build out your code. Okay, everybody able to get in their rooms? Phoebe, Juan? Juan, are you able to get into your room? Ah, there it goes. Phoebe, Parker?
Sorry, Mr. Swift. I had internet issues and I could not join my. You're on mute, by the way. I already finished lesson 6 for homework, so I'm all good. You're still on mute, Mr. Swift.
I am. Hang on. I gotta get my rooms back.
Okay.
All right. No, just saying I talked to your team and they said that you were having some issues and it disappeared, but you're probably going to pop back in. And we all do our best. Okay, everyone's back. Okay, how was that? Did that make sense to everyone?
To be 100% honest, no.
What was wrong with it?
I mean, at least for me, when I was like dragging my mouse around,
Yep.
Like it was very delayed, and so we couldn't actually, at least for my group, we couldn't actually watch the hawk and the whatever move.
Do you think that was your turtle slider? Here, I'm thinking usually that issue is either that your internet's wonky like mine, or that your turtle slider, if your turtle slider is turned way down, it doesn't function very well. So make sure that it's turned all the way up. See, mine works pretty well. So I'm just guessing that it's internet issues or that your slider, because like when it's down here, you know, I can be clicking all day and nothing's happening. Okay?
Does our click, sorry, does the click actually do anything or no?
Yes, it does. But the program is running so slow, you're not seeing it. I mean, another way to do this is that I find works or helps me is sometimes if I go back to show text and do the program, that I find it easier to follow where it's going in text than in the blocks. Okay. All right, we need to get into the next one. So you can talk to me about this if it's still not making sense. All right, let's get out of here. Let's stop you making noise. Okay, we are going into fabulous. Think about your experiences today and in the previous lesson. How is a programming language different from natural language? Okay, a program statement, a command or instruction, sometimes also referred to as a code statement. So set property, big button, text, click me, console log, hi. Program, a collection of program statements. Programs run or execute one command at a time. Okay, before you click, the command runs, big button, background color blue. It changes to blue afterwards. All right. Okay, two different ways for programs to run. Sequential programming The program statements run in order from top to bottom. No user interaction. Code runs the same way every time. When I hit run, it's going to start. It's going to go blue. This button is blue, and then it's going to get taller. It's going to do those three things every single time. Event-driven programming. Some program statements run when triggered by an event, like a mouse click or a key press. Programs run differently each time depending on their interactions. And that's what we have here. This is the same program. Well, it's not quite. But this is motivated by a mouse click. This program will not run unless there is a click, right? Because it's in an on event. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Your friend calls and says, I can't get music to come out of my speakers. Write a quick list of everything you'd ask them or have them check to try and fix the problem. Your friend can't fix their speakers. So let's throw in the chat what's something you might suggest. Or you can sing out.
If the speaker volume is on max.
Is the volume up or is it at 0? What's another simple one? What's usually the problem? Do you have electricity or not? Is it
Plugged in.
plugged in? Is it turned on? All these things are troubleshooting. They are debugging. So hang on.
Programming's a game.
Everyone can see and hear this full screen?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on now, I've done it.
Programming's a game. It's something that you and the computer are working towards together.
But you're gonna fail a lot. Get comfortable with failing because it happens. When you program, you have to get it wrong because that's how you learn.
When you do make mistakes, like, okay, it's fine. I can fix it.
Whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, everyone gets bugs. When a computer's not working the way it's supposed to, the way we want it to, we call that a bug.
I get bugs. I get bugs.
I get bugs. I get bugs. I totally get bugs.
Everyone gets bugs. Debugging is basically just looking through your code and correcting your mistakes and fixing it.
There are 4 really important steps that you want to follow when you're debugging.
The first thing you want to do is describe your problem. So figure out what's happening. What did you want your code to do? And what is it actually doing? Second step is you want to hunt for bugs. So figure out what is it in your code that's causing that. Step number 3 is you want to try out small solutions and see how they affect your code. And then finally, step 4 is you want to document what you've learned.
Debugging is maybe the #1 thing that can help you become a better programmer because you're seeing the mistakes you made.
Don't believe that. Can you help me with this for a second?
Can you help me with this for a second?
Most of the time I spend debugging is finding the bug, but once I find it, it's easy to fix. What's this? Get out of here, bugs. Did your parents put that there? Maybe, I don't know. I like debugging with other people because they are like a second brain, which doubles your computing power, so you can figure out bugs twice as fast. Here we go, we did it!
Experts make bugs. They make big bugs. In fact, your goal should be, as you go along, make bigger and bigger bugs that need to be squashed, because that just means you're doing something worth doing.
You know, the more you practice, the better you get at it, the easier it will be.
I can debug. I can debug. I can debug.
I can debug.
I can debug, and so can you.
Okay. Oh, help, I'm going wrong direction. Debugging is the process of finding and fixing problems in code. Debugging, describe the problem. What do you expect it to do? What does it actually do? Does it always happen? Think about that when you're describing the problem. Hunt for bugs. Are there warnings or errors? What did you change most recently? Explain your code to someone else. Look for code related to the problem. Try solutions. Make a small change. Document as you go. What have you learned? What strategies did you use? What questions do you have? Okay, we've got 5 minutes to get, here are steps for success. Use your debugging skills you just learned about. Navigate to levels 2 through 8 in Unit 3, Lesson 7, debugging. Use the 4 steps described in the video to help you. Describe, hunt, try, and document. Okay? So I'll open the rooms. We are going into Unit 3, Lesson 7. Oh, now, of course, I closed my code.org. Unit 3, Lesson 7. You're going to have this for homework. Right? What was our presentation? Our presentation said 2 through 8. So we're going to do circles 2 through 8. Okay. Remember, you can lift this up or put it down to make things easier for yourself. You can also do that with the debug console. It doesn't lift that much, but it lifts some.
Mr. Swift.
Yep.
So for today's warm up, it didn't let me have multiple chances.
Oh, don't worry. As long as you take it, it's going to end up being scored for completion.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No worries. Guys, why are you not in your rooms?
I'm going to join my room right now.
You get in there. Dennis, Swan, Ian, Juan.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Juan, are you okay? Are you okay, Juan? Is this making sense for you? I've got to go to room 11.
Hey,
Go to
sorry.
room 1.
Yeah, my bad.
Everyone will be back in just a moment. And they're back. Okay, so we just have it's actually, according to me, class is over. You've got your work. I put the video back in the chat if you need it. Make sure to watch that. I will put it in the module too. Any questions? Just let me know. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.